Hello, new friends. My name is Mr. Bones. Where are you going, little friend? Are you my new friend?
Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now today we'll be looking at my first Lego custom figure that's fully custom. I know I did some custom figures earlier, but those were more like just assortment of pieces attached together. This is actually, I attached a little, painted it, all that. Now, as you probably guessed from the title, this is Mr. Bones, and for those of you who don't know who Mr. Bones is, he was a battle droid that was basically scavenged by a little kid, and then he was made to be the kid's friend and bodyguard, basically. And he liked murdering people. Now, one of his arms had a vibro blade that retracted, and while the vibro blade was out, his normal hand would flop or like fold back into one way. So that's what I did here. And these white pieces here, these are, he had bones attached to his head, his shoulders, and one of his legs. And then his other hand is just normal. Now, you can't really see it because it doesn't want to, okay, wait, there, really lightly you can see here. I don't want to zoom it in too much because then it'll lose focus. But he has a rib cage drawn on his chest, and he has like a little bit extra armor plating there as well. And then on his face he has a red line with little tiny red lines that come off the side here. And into the side of his face there's little jagged edges cut, and his nose is slightly more pointy than a normal battle droid nose. He has his normal eye on this side. You can see like the gap right there, right over there. You can see his eye, except on the other side he has a telescoping eye which he uses to zoom and shoot more accurately. Now, this telescoping eye is made from the scope of a blaster pistol, so it's just that part chopped right off there. Now, for the entire thing, I tried to make it look a little bit more battle worn, so I kind of lightly put Prit stick over everything, and then I sprinkled some dust over it to make it look slightly dusty, or like the armor and the paint slightly dusty. And then with the paint, instead of just brushing it like normal paint, I took a tissue paper, I dipped it in the red paint, and then I very lightly like dipped it. And then in the case of these very small lines over here, I just kind of used the brush, except then I dipped it and I dabbed the brush. This gives it a, I'm not sure if you can see it. Yeah, you see how it has like the little pits and stuff on it, and it looks like it's a bit worn. Maybe he's been in battle, because this is an old scavenged droid after all. He has to look a little bit broken. So I did that. I think you see it best. Yeah, here on his nose a bit. Anyway, so yes, that. Then I also used my custom droid leg mod. I did a tutorial on how to do this a while back, but it makes it so that he can walk like a normal minifigure. I really, Lego should just do this anyway. And if any Lego people are watching this video, maybe suggest that you change the mold to become 2 legs, like so. You can even watch my tutorial video and just go that way. Anyway, that is that part. And then here on the back he has just a droid control like box. All droids have those. And of course this telescoping eye, I had to cut a little part out so that it slid right in there. Now you can still take off his arms and his legs and stuff if you maybe want to change it, because I know that at one point in the story his arm gets wrecked. Like he loses his vibroblade arm and he's like, oh fuck. And then his master, the little kid, Temmin, he takes an astromech leg and just rigs it to his arm. Now, I don't actually have an astromech with me here, But basically, he just starts hitting people with the astromech leg because, as you know, astromech is like R2D2, and one of his legs is really big and fat, so you can just club people to death. Now, in the final scene where he dies, which is on the Battle of Jakku, he actually hits a couple. He attacks stormtroopers and he steals one of their blasters. So that is why I also have this E11 blaster for him. That is the standard stormtrooper issue blaster, and then he can use that to kill stormtroopers and stuff. Anyway, guys, I think that is it. Now I'm quickly gonna show you my thumbnail, because there I have a picture of him and then a picture that I used to basically base him off. Yeah, this is basically what I used. It's the blueprint design. It's the only official canon image of Mr. Bones, apart from the reprogrammed Mr. Bones, but we'll get to that in a later video. Anyway, I tried to get it very similar. I think the chest design at least worked out. You can't really see it here because of the shadows, but the face design, I think it should have been slightly more red on mine, but I don't know. Anyway, I really like the folded hand design. I really liked how that worked out. I was sort of dubious of how it would look with the metal piece and the Lego combined, but it actually looks pretty good.